Okay, so let's move on to her stockings. And for her stockings, we're going to again start with R59. And I'm going to make it shadowed right underneath of her skirt. And I'm going to get these little creases right here in her stockings. Same with this one. And then I'm going to go to R39. And I'm going to brush over the top of my 59. And then R37, and these stockings look like something I used to wear when I was little. They were too big and baggy. Very cute. So this one is R37. And then R35. And I'm going to do the top part of her coat first. So I'm going to get right in here where her elbows, her arms are touching her stomach. And her scarf is going to cast a shadow, so let's get that. Try not to get any on the scarf, that would be me. Right here, next to her little muff. And then R39. And I'm brushing over the R59 I just laid down. So it picks up a little bit of that with it and drags it over to where I'm coloring to. Careful around the buttons. Okay, let's put a little bit of this above the muff here. Okay, and then R37. And I'm brushing right over the top of the colors I laid down. And then R35. And then I'm going to go back with R59 and give these shadows right here a little bit more color. And that was R39. This one's R37. And then let's go over with R35. Okay. Alright, for the buttons I used Y28. These would also be really cute if you had some small little pearls that you could stick on there. That would be really pretty. But of course I couldn't find any when I was doing the card up, so that didn't occur. Or some of that pearl stuff in a jar, in a little bottle that you squeeze out that makes little dots. That would be really pretty too. So that was Y28. And now we're going to move down and we're going to work on our cat. And so for our cat, we're going to start with W6. And I'm going to use W6 to do my shadows. So my cat, I'm going to shadow his tail right at the bottom. And I'm going to do his foot. And his belly. And get this foot. And in between his legs. I'm going to get right here along his face, because it's going to be shadowed right there where her skirt is shadowing him. His ear a little bit. And then I'm going to go to W4. I'm going to blend that out, and I'm going to get the rest of his tail right here because it's underneath of her, so it's not going to be getting much light. Same with this side. And we'll get his leg. Back of this leg, get on top of his foot. Right along so. Okay, and then we're going to add W2. Add W2 to his leg, because we didn't color that all the way in yet. Get this front foot. Ears. Get the rest of his face. After I got done coloring him, I decided that I didn't want him to be black, so I added some some E44, which is brown. But you don't have to. You could leave him just the same color. But he just was looking a little scruffy to me, so I just was like, how can I change him just a little bit? So I'm like, let's add some brown on him. And then I decided that I wanted him to have some dots. So I got out my E79 and I just gave him some dots. We actually have a striped cat, but no stripes for this poor little guy. He looks like he needs some Christmas love. Give him some character. And then I went over his whole body with W2. And that just lightened it out just a little bit. So he's not quite so brown. And then for his ears, I did R20 for the insides. And I gave him some cheeks too, so I gave him some little rosy cheeks. You don't have to, but I wanted my cat to be happy and I gave him some pink cheeks. So there's the cute cat. And there's our finished girl. So for her scarf, I actually went in and I used my white gel pen, my Sharpie marker, to add some stripes on there because I wanted it to have some texture. So I put some stripes on. And then for her her hat and her muff in the bottom of her skirt here and her boots, I put some Our Craft Lounge Crafty Fluff in the sugar color. It's white, so it made it look like she had fuzz on it. And then down here on the ground, I put some glue and then sprinkled some glitter on there and the snowflakes and stuff, or you could use stickles just to give it some shimmer. But that's our December card for the month. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I'll see you again next time. Have a great day.